Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 29 of my 1 vs 3 vs 3 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against two separate teams of 3 Emperor AI per team, and I'm playing as the Halfling Dreadnought, Welby the Tinkerer. In our last episode, we actually eliminated one of those teams of 3. In this case, it was the team that previously had Colm the Lucky, the Human Warlord, Awanes the Custodian, the High Elf Theocrat, and Camille Moonflower, the Halfling Rogue. And we actually killed off Camille to basically wipe out one of those teams. All we have left now is Galendil Ivorlas, the High Elf Archdruid, Quandria Rivara, the Shadow Elf Rogue, and Zorn the Disciplined, who is an Orc Warlord. And this is an intact team of 3 that we have yet to deal with. But as you can see here, we've basically conquered. This is Camille's former throne city, and we're in the process here of absorbing it. We've basically just demolished this team, and now we're moving on. In subsequent episodes here, we're going to focus on this team of 3. So again, we're about halfway done, but we've still got a lot of work to do. Now, before I dive into the episode, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some fantastic comments on the previous episode. The first of those set of comments is from My Brain Hurts. Brain just wanted to make a quick reminder here, which is, in any of these cities that I've conquered from some of my opponents here, there are going to be leftover structures from the different classes, so in this case a Theocrat, that are not useful for me. There really is nothing that these structures don't benefit me in any way, and I can't use them. So what I can actually do is, if I'm not actively producing anything in the city, which I am currently, but if I'm not, I can actually sell these. You can see here I can sell it for 50 gold in a single turn. And what's cool about this is that not only will I get 50 gold, but if I'm selling it, I also get the benefit of merchandise. So I get extra gold from merchandise, and on top of that, I get the benefit of selling these structures. So just a great reminder there. And again, some of these, this one even sells for 100, so some of these are even better. But I can check all the cities that used to belong to my opponents for some of those class structures to sell for some extra gold, because of course I need to fuel my war effort here with some extra gold. The next comment here is from Insert Username. Insert pointed out that last episode I was kind of talking about just how tough it was battling against all of those Shadow Stalkers when I was sieging Camille's throne city here. Thankfully, I made it through the battle relatively unscathed. I really didn't lose many units. I don't even know if I lost any, actually. But in that battle, I was talking about, geez, these Shadow Stalkers are tough. And Insert pointed out that of my units that I've kind of got at my disposal, the Flame Tank is probably going to be my best choice for battling against these any subsequent Shadow Stalkers. And of course, one of our remaining opponents is still a rogue, that being Quandria, so I probably will have to fight more of them coming up. And the Flame Tank is useful because, of course, its fire shot here, flame throwing, does a lot of damage, and of course, the Shadow Stalkers are not resistant to fire. So really good option there. However, I could also use some of my support units. So for example, things like my Draconian support units that do fire damage. That would also be effective. So I do have a couple of different options for taking them out. Unfortunately, my cannons are a little bit less effective because the cannons do physical damage. And unfortunately for us, the Shadow Stalkers have resistance to physical damage. Insert also pointed out that fighting against halflings when you're a dreadnought can be a real pain, as I sort of observed, and you guys got to see firsthand in that previous episode when I was sieging the throne. Because most of my units that I'm using here, my frontline units, like my cannons and my flame tanks, rely on an attack that hits just a single time, the odds of Lucky screwing that up are substantially greater than if you're attacking with, 3 melee attacks or 3 individual ranged attacks or something like that. The odds that Lucky is going to affect all of it is pretty low, but if you're just doing a single shot, it might be a 20% chance that your cannon shot does nothing. So obviously, a little bit of a challenge when you're a dreadnought fighting against halflings. Thankfully, we were able to persevere and get through it, and from now on, I don't think we'll be encountering much in the way of halflings, unless one of our remaining opponents has some halfling cities that they've acquired. Insert also pointed out that some of the items that I actually obtained here with my Shadow Elf Dreadnought hero, who I actually acquired via Dominate. So I've obtained a couple of immobilization type items here. So we've got a harpoon, We've got an Entangling Touch stock of Living Vines that gives us Entangling Touch. And I think those were it. What we could actually do is send one of these off to... I'll just jump over to who I'm going to maybe send it to. Insert is suggesting that I could actually give it to Awaness, and once she then has Convert, it would give me sort of a better chance to subdue the unit, tie it up for a while. That would give me a better chance to do extra healing with Awaness, and also potentially to get a better shot at getting a conversion. So I actually really like that idea. That's a good call. Now, obviously, the immobilization effect here will be useful with Retromoria if she sticks with Leo. The reason being that Leo, of course, has Dominate. So I'm kind of torn on this one. It might actually be worth just having Leo keep the item. But, of course, he's about to get the Snatch Purse of Cobalt Design, which gives him Throw Net. So, and not only that, but she's going to have the Mittens here. She already does. The Mittens that, the Ice Scraper gloves that give her Throw Ice Ball. So there's another chance to try to freeze a unit. So I think she'll be okay without the vines. I think we will. It's unfortunate it's going to take a few turns to get there, but I actually really, really, really like this idea. So we're going to send that off. As again, that gives us another opportunity to subdue a unit and then get better chances at conversion and healing with Awaness. So great suggestion there from Insert. A next comment here is from Albtrom. Albtrom pointed something out, and in retrospect, I've kind of thought about this a little bit, and anyway, I'll read what Albtrom said. Basically, he pointed out that it probably would have been best to let the two AI factions, remember, in this series, there were two separate teams of 3 Emperor AI per team, as I always say in the intro. It probably would have been best to let those two teams actually battle it out, and rather than wiping through one team and clearing all 3 out, what would have probably been best is killing off Colm, and then maybe turning my attention over to the other team of 3, who I believe are situated up here to the north, kind of the northwest of the map, and kind of whittling each team down bit by bit, such that the two teams still exist and are able to fight against each other, and thereby kind of give me a chance to avoid some of their wrath. Whereas now, I've eliminated one team of 3, and now this team of 3 is still fully cohesive, and they can direct all of their aggression towards me, rather than having to fight sort of a divided war between the other team of 3 and myself. So really good point there from Albtrom. I actually totally agree. The good news, though, is that in killing off these other 3 opponents, I've gained some very strong cities, like Sightveil here. I've gained Awaness's throne, along with Awaness herself, and a couple of Shrines of Smiting, which I'm eager to use. And then I also gained now the Throne City of Camille. So I have gained a lot of power and strength and good bonuses for my economy through conquering this other team. So it wasn't a complete waste or anything like that. But it just would have been more optimal to fight kind of both sides bit by bit rather than just focusing maybe exclusively on one. That being said, Albtrom said I can kind of use overwhelming force since I have a pretty strong economy, I have really strong units, and now I have all these extra cities and whatnot. So I should be able to kind of leverage my strength to just bowl over the rest of these 3. But of course, I don't want to get cocky here. We still have work to do. Albtrom also echoed the comment made by Brain, My Brain Hurts, which was to sell the useless stuff in those captured cities. In addition, Albtrom pointed something out here, which is we have some neutral units that have been left over. These probably belong to Awaness or to Camille here. You can see we have like Pharaon the Quick, who's a high elf rogue hero. And since I'm already at my hero limit, it would be great to gain more heroes. So something I could do is try to maybe dominate, for example, Pharaon here to get an extra unit. And there's some other units here. Unfortunately, these evangelists have mind control immunity. But any other sort of neutral units that are hovering around, I might be like this Storm Sister, for example, I could potentially try to bring into the fold. So I don't think any of my heroes up here have Dominate. Like, I don't think War Master Habby does. Let's just double check. Yeah, I didn't think he did. So I do have Seduce, though. So I could try and Seduce. That might work. In any case, we have mind control options, so we could conceivably try to recruit Pharaon, which, wouldn't be such a bad idea. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for the comments. So big thank you to everybody for the fantastic comments. And we're going to dive right in. Let's see now, one team down, one team to go. So let's see if we can start putting the hurt on the other remaining team of 3. And I think we're going to start this episode off with some Welby action. So let's jump down here. I would like to do some clearing with Welby. So we will use Welby to engage some battles here. Ooh, we could do this one without actually fighting. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. These units aren't super exciting for me to try to dominate, so I'll let them run. Oh, here we go. Some torso armor. I will take that, because I'm pretty sure we have some heroes that could benefit from it. Let's see. I think we must have at least one hero that doesn't have any chest gear. Okay, well, maybe we have someone who could use an upgrade to their chest gear. Holm has really good chest gear. I do like the Mundane Traveler's Cloak of Divine Joy for Welby because it provides all the elemental resistances. Retromoria could potentially benefit from a better... Yeah, we'll send it to Retromoria. Again, maybe we should have just sold it. But we'll send it to her. She can decide then, or we can decide later if she's going to wear it. I guess maybe might have been better to just sell it off. Oh, well. Not the end of the world. So now, let's see if we can do this battle. Ooh. You know what? They're going to run from us, too. I would like to try to dominate the Knight, however. That would be pretty nice to get a big, strong Tier 3 unit. I am tempted to just let them run and avoid the battle entirely. But I think I'm going to do it. Again, just mostly to try to recruit the Knight. Using Dominate if possible. And of course, the Blight Elemental can assist us in that endeavor. We have to be kind of careful here, because with all these cavalry units, we're going to be at risk of getting kind of overwhelmed here if we're not careful. So I do need to be cautious. So let's back up, blast the Outrider. And we can move this cannon over and do kind of the same thing here. Actually, you know what we might do is blast the cavalry and then use Welby to reload our flame tank and reset the cooldown. And that's going to allow us then to do this. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'm feeling a little better about it now that some of that cavalry have been taken care of. And I think we'll actually just leave our flame tank more or less right where it was. Meanwhile, our Blight Elemental, we're going to start to advance. I want to throw a weaken on the Knight. Okay, there we go. The Knight is now in a good position for us here. So let's see. We can weaken the Knight. Now let's see. What are our odds for a Dominate here? You know, not bad. 65%. That's pretty good. Let's give it a shot. Oh, fantastic. All right, so that worked out. Now all we have to do is kill off the remaining units, which shouldn't be too difficult for us here. And that pesky guy's still alive. So unfortunately, the cavalry is still up. That being said, our cannons can just reload. Our Knight can hang out in defense. But we now have that Knight, which is great. Ouch, our Light Elemental took a bit of a beating there. Now, do we want to heal the Blight Elemental or repair the tank? I think we'll repair the tank. There we go. We can get a little bit of experience with our Knight. There we go. And then our cannons are already all pretty... Everybody's pretty beefed up already. But our Blight Elemental is not. So I'm going to use the Blight Elemental here for some flank damage. And then we'll get the finish with a nice cannon shot. So just like that, we got ourselves a Tier 3 unit. Ooh, and here we go. Quiver of Lightning and some Tigran Sandals of Speed. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, that at least one of our heroes is missing a shield. Hopefully, I'm not remembering correctly the way I was with the chest gear issue, but I think someone is missing a shield. So let's accept that. And then we will jump to our heroes and see who is missing a shield. Ah, there it is. War Master is missing a shield, so we can send it to him. And Leo is also missing a shield. Okay. So let's see who's closer. The item buffs range damage. Now, Leo being in the Shadow Realm, extra shock damage would be less useful for him, probably. So it might be better to actually send that to War Master. I think we will send that to War Master. Meanwhile, the sandals here, I think we will just pick up with Welby and sell off immediately. Very nice. Okay. So now let's jump around and clear out this gold mine. Chance to run, we'll let them run. We don't really need any of those units. A little extra gold, always a good thing. And then we can start now to move with Welby. We could try this wizard tower, maybe. Next turn, what we'll do is we'll take Welby over to the wizard tower and see what kind of units are in here. I suspect it's going to be pretty tough, so we may not be able to clear it, but we can at least give it a shot. Or at least take a peek and see what's inside, I should say. Now, we did have this Griffin Rider who I was advancing north with. We'll send him up this way. Again, we're just rallying our troops here, so we have Colm as well. Colm cleared out this Hall of the Forefathers last time. We got some rewards from that. And I think I will keep this stack sitting with Colm here. Now, we do have a spy drone, and actually, it might be nice to get kind of a visual on what's going on in here. I would really like to at least see kind of what we're up against in this sort of northwestern portion of the map here. Now, the question is, do I want to maybe scout for Pimpton? Because I think that would probably be good. I can get him into the water, I think is going to be our best option. But you know what? Before we decide, let's actually do that. We'll send a spy drone. We'll just send it kind of north. Okay, here we go. So I think this is our first time seeing anything to do with Zorn the Disciplined here. So this is a city belonging to him, it would appear. And we've also got a Shadow Gate, which is probably how some of Quandria's units are coming up through there. And as you can see, we have a Shadow Elf Necromancer hero we're going to have to contend with. So yeah, I think we're going to want to... Let's maybe stay kind of in the mountains a little bit there for a bit of protection. I guess they could still attack me if they go that way. But, yeah, so let's get Pimpton over there. We're going to get him in the water. Our machine units here can embark as well. They're coming along. And then we've got some additional units moving in to reinforce our position. Excellent. Okay. So, yeah, with Pimpton, we're going to start attacking kind of on this northern front, I think. We did have some other units moving in. We're just sending everybody kind of right up the gut there, heading north. Try and inflict as much damage as we can using Pimpton and his stack. We also have this little group here of kind of miscellaneous units. I think maybe I'll leave a few of them behind, actually. They can guard the city. Meanwhile, the rest can proceed up the road here. Yeah. They can join up here. Now, hopefully they don't get attacked. I've kind of left them by themselves. Nurm has been absorbed. Okay, so this is a human metropolis. Really powerful, actually. We've got 2 Florok quarries and a dungeon. So extreme production capabilities here in Nurm. And let's see, what kind of structures do we have? Ooh, we could make slaughter pits and improve our infantry units. Although, since it's a human city, I don't really think we're going to get much in the way of powerful infantry, but we can make human knights out of this city, and you know what? That might be worth just getting some nice beefy tier 3 cavalry units out of here. They're going to have fire pistol as an upgrade thanks to our being a dreadnought, basically. So, you know what? I kind of think I might do that. Yeah, I think that would actually be pretty nice. We also have this stack who I've been sending over to kind of move in towards this city, so let's do that. Oh, and there's some pesky mountains in our way, of course. Well, we're going to have to traverse that, so that's going to be a little bit unpleasant, but we'll make it happen. Anyway, back to Nurm here. I think we'll use this city to just start pumping out some knights. You know, why not? I mean, I suppose we could try and get it producing dreadnought units, but really, I mean, why? In a sense, we already have... the one thing we could do is build a Florok Citadel, or I guess we already have one here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we already have a Florok Citadel. So that would benefit our machine units produced here. They would have more health, but I'm just seeing if we have anything else. Yeah, I think we will probably just do... I think we will just do some knights out of here. That's going to be fantastic for us, so let's do that. Anything else here? Fula Zaire has produced a builder's hall. Now what to do with it? So we want to eventually maybe have this city produce a few units. Probably maybe some Dreadnought stuff. But might be nice to get a little bit of additional production out of the city with a siege workshop here. I think that would be kind of nice for us. So start working on that. Meanwhile, with these units here, we can start clearing out some of these structures. So let's do that. We'll use our flame tank here to engage this battle. Actually, once we clear out this glass furnace, that should add a little bit of production capability to the city as well. So that will be quite nice in addition. Now, our flame tank is not going to really do much damage to these flamers because they're entirely immune to fire. But it can still damage the engineer and the hatchling. But I think we will use our golem up front as kind of the damage soak there. One thing I suppose we could do is reload the flame tank and then move over like this. And there we go. We can do some damage that way. Now let's kind of spread our units out a little bit. We'll run our temple guard in slightly. We want to keep this engineer somewhat back just so that he doesn't get hit with a firebomb or something like that. The AI does love to target engineers, so... Okay, flame tank sucking up some damage. Temple guard kind of getting riggedy wrecked a little bit. Yeah, we might have to pull them back because obviously they got beat up a little bit. There we go. So now, can we get the kill with a flame spit, actually? I think we might be able to. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So now we can send our golem right up in there. Do some big boy damage, which is going to be really good. Just trying to decide maybe what would be best here. Ideally, I would really like... Yeah, we'll just run the Temple Guard out of there. I would really like to get a blind on one of these ranged units if at all possible. But I don't want to put my engineer at any risk, especially since it's already at a silver medal and I'd like to get it up to gold. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll move in and attack the engineer like that. Get a bit aggressive with it. And then, yeah, you know what? We will step up. We can at least do a bit more damage to the engineer. This engineer, I think we will largely just sort of keep back. And that'll do it. Now, let's see what happens here. Okay, going after my units over there. Not really much of a surprise, I guess. Alright, let's attack this engineer. But I would prefer to not... Yeah, let's do this. That's going to more or less guarantee a kill. Although, geez, it would be nice to blunderbuss these units, but let's just get the kill here. There we go, and then we can beat the crap out of this flamer. Perfect. Meanwhile, our hatchling can run away. Our flame tank can just kind of hang out. Unfortunately, can't do any damage. And yeah, that should do it. I suspect we'll get hit right here. Yeah, there it is. So now, let's step up and do a little bit of damage there. And do some damage with our golem. Perfect. Fortunately, we did take a little bit more damage than I was kind of hoping for with some of our machines, but that's all right. Our flame tank leveled up and therefore got a nice health boost, I guess. Maybe it didn't level up. Maybe it was already gold. But in any case, it got a full repair. Oh, maybe it's from visiting the furnace. There it is. Fully replenishes health of visiting machine units. It's a shame I couldn't move the golem there, too. Okay, so that's what happened. I thought it leveled up, but that makes more sense. So now next turn, we can send this stack over to deal with perhaps these units here. So that's great. We're starting to clear things out. And that adds 10 production. And then once we have the siege workshop built, we'll have over 100 production, which is great. That's really, really good. Now, Rados Underground, we're just going to keep on doing merchandise, I think. Yeah, there's nothing to sell in that city. Meanwhile, in Rakelin, we have a lightning cannon here, so we have to figure out what we're doing. So, unfortunately, we have these pesky elemental units that are threatening my city, so... I think maybe what we will do, just trying to kind of decide, be the best course of action. I think we'll send the lightning cannon on down this way to join up with his friends over here. And then we can use these lightning cannons to go and siege the city of Vinstar and try and reclaim it. Again, this was a vassal that was once ours, that was then converted. Holm took it over and converted it into a human city. It used to be a Shadow Elf city. I think I would have preferred it to stay as Shadow Elves since we are in the Shadow Realm after all. Yeah, and this city's decently well defended. It's going to be tough fighting against these units, but Spirit Elementals have 80% shock protection, meaning that they're going to be... And the Air Elemental has 100% shock protection, meaning that our Lightning Cannon isn't really going to be much in the way of useful, unfortunately. So, yeah, if they attack, we might be in some big trouble there. We might have to use some spells or something. Meanwhile, for Rackalen here, I guess we could just start doing another Lightning Cannon. Although, you know what? I think I'd actually prefer a Flame Tank, so we'll do that. Ripura, on the other hand. Storm Tower wouldn't be so bad, but we need a little bit more gold before we do that. So, let's see if we have any other units that can move or attack or anything like that. Keep bringing the Builder over because we want to build a fort right around here somewhere. Get some extra gold income. Whoops. Yeah, we've already established that. Oh, maybe Leo. I wonder if Leo has moved here. Let's see. No. Okay, so we got work we can do there. That's really good. So, I think we might just start working on some of Quandria's units here if possible. Yeah, okay, so we can start whittling them down. I think that's going to be wise. Oh, there we go. Ooh, look at this. We got an Archon Titan over here. So, again, the living equivalent of the Archon Revenant Titan. Boy, I'm excited to get to see these guys in action. So they have 100% fire protection and 40% spirit protection, being that they are Archons. Mind control immunity, of course. Yeah, this is a tough customer, that's for sure. But anyway, let's see if we can eliminate some of what we're up against here. So we'll engage this battle. Try and thin out these units a little bit here. I think that would be good for us. Does the Avenger have... Oh, yes, 100% spirit protection. I was going to say, if he didn't have mind control immunity, so he has strong will. If he didn't have mind control immunity, I would try to dominate him, but unfortunately he does, so... Instead, we will just have to kill him. Okay, so our units could definitely use some health. You can see they're kind of in some not the best condition at the moment. I think we'll move our Storm Priest up. And we'll Lightning Sprite it up here. They're going to be very useful for us in this battle to just pull some of the attacks away from the Shadow Stalker, I think. There we go. Got a Guardian Flame here we can apply. You know what? Let's jump over and heal up our little Brew Brothers, and then the Brew Brothers can heal up our Spider Queen. And Leo himself can also drop a nice big heal, perhaps, on... Yeah, on the Blight Elemental. I think that's good. Here we go. Wait, so now, can we get a... Ooh, the Archon Avenger is not impacted by Weakening Breath. So, I guess he has... Yeah, he has Blight Protection. Interesting. Oh, that's probably due to... I wonder, is that due to some of the upgrades, perhaps? Maybe that's just an inherent characteristic of the Archon Avenger. I'm not too sure. Yeah. I think it might just be inherent. Okay. Oh, look at this. We can do some big damage with the Assassin, but if we do that, of course, we're basically sending the Assassin into its death. So, you know what? Let's just let them sort of... Maybe we'll just kind of let them come to us. I think that's going to be sort of the wise choice here. Move our Raptor up too. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Again, I gotta be careful. You have to respect these Shadow Stalkers, because boy are they dangerous. poor little lightning sprite was just blasted into oblivion there. Okay, so we'll step up with this one and suck up some attacks. Do the same thing here. There we go. That's dramatically reduced his movement. And then I think with all of our units here, we should be able to basically just... Oh, look at that damage. Oh, Assassin Strike with the flank. Just brutal, brutal damage there on the Archon Avenger. And then, yeah, we'll get the kill here. Very nice. And now that frees up the rest of our units to just kind of go whole hog on the Shadow Stalker here and try for some damage. Now, again, he's very limited in his movement, so you can take advantage of that to just step up, put some work in on him. Very, very nice. Same story right here. Our Raptor can do the same as well. Again, we're just gonna play it extremely, extremely safe. A little bit of spirit damage is always good. Doesn't have much resistance to that. Or any, actually, I'm pretty sure. And unfortunately, again, the Shadow Stalker does have mind control immunity, so we cannot dominate it. But we can do a little bit of work there. Oh, and you know what? I realized I made a mistake here. What I should have done is stepped up and weakened the Shadow Stalker first. Oh well, though. I don't think it's going to matter since we're all gathered around to basically just annihilate the Shadow Stalker. I'm just looking to see, is there any other healing I can do? I don't think so. Yeah, Retro Moria is pretty much done on her healing. Leo's done his, so... And our Brew Brother has done his as well. But yeah, let's just do some damage here. This Storm Priest could use some more experience, so let's do a little bit there. Retro Moria could use some, that's for sure. Perfect, level up for her, that's good. There we go, eliminating some of Quandria's units. Now, can we make it over? What if we left this unit behind? We could make it over there to actually take on these two as well. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing that just to, again, kind of thin them out as much as possible. So we'll leave the assassin behind, and that the assassin may end up getting killed as a result. But... Okay, so now we can engage this battle, thin out some more of Quandra's units. Again, the more of these kind of one-off, two-off units I can kill off, the less she's going to be able to reinforce her positions. Okay, that Shadow Stalker's coming in hot, so we are going to retreat. Yeah, and unfortunately our poor little guy is going to get hit pretty hard, I think. Yeah, Brew Brother's going to take quite a beating, I think. So maybe what I'll do is I'll use Leo to throw on a Phoenix Warrior on the Brew Brother just in case. Everyone else, I think, more or less has the mobility to kind of get out of the way. Yeah, so we can basically just get out of the way. There we go. Same for the Titan. Meanwhile, with the rest of our gang here, we're going to use the same strategy we used in that previous battle, which is going to be just lightning sprites galore. Again, the beauty of them is that they can suck up attacks. There we go, that's great. Okay, you know what, we can step the Spider Queen over and do a heal on her, which is really good. And our Raptor can kind of step up a little bit. Perfect. I think we're in pretty decent shape. Yeah, that'll do. And again, the Brew Brother's probably going to get hit, but we'll see. Oh, I guess not. Okay. I might have cast that spell kind of for nothing, but that does give me an opportunity to be a little bit more risky with him. So he can step right in and do some work. Ooh, you know, again, I could have used the Blight Elemental to put a weaken on one of them. Let's see, what is the Titan? Fire and Spirit. Whereas the Shadow Stalker, not so much. So, Who do we want to nerf here? Because we got the Shadow Stalker and the Titan, both of whom do absolute monstrous amount of damage. Maybe we'll tie up the Titan a little bit with one. That at least limits it a little bit. Same for the Shadow Stalker here. There, now... Yeah, now we've limited both of them, actually, quite a bit. Let's limit the Titan a little more, too. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. So now we can keep our units kind of back, perhaps. Oh, yeah, that's great. Do a little bit of distance damage there, which is good. Just soften them up. Okay, and there's no real need to take any unnecessary risks here. Just gonna do damage. You know what? We might even throw the static shield on the Raptor. Although, again, I don't really want my Raptor getting in there for any damage. So, with Leo, we may have to... Yeah, we're gonna have to get Leo out of there. So maybe back over there. Yeah, in that back corner. Do that. And then with Leo, we can throw on Phoenix Warrior on maybe one other unit. Perhaps on the Blight Elemental. I think that's what we'll do. That way we can use the Blight Elemental. We can be a little bit more aggressive. Again, I should have used Weakened before I attacked with everybody else. Keep making that mistake, but that's okay. And the Raptor can do a little bit of damage here. Pistol. Perfect. Oh, these poor little Brew Brothers just tanking damage. Alright, so let's step on up here. Oof, big damage there. That was excellent. Now we got the Titan here. And you know what? We might be able to actually suck up all of his attacks if we Lightning Sprite like this. Attack there. And then Lightning Sprite again. Like this. There we go. And then move like this. And then like this. Another Lightning Sprite. Yet another attack. Yeah, now he really doesn't have much left in the way of movement or anything like that, so it actually worked out pretty well. We'll Nourishing Meal ourselves just because we're in such rough shape. So I guess I really didn't need to cast the spell there, the Phoenix Warrior, but that's okay. And we can drop a nice heal on somebody. Let's heal up the Brew Brother because he's in rough shape. Meanwhile, the Spider Queen can move in. Perhaps maybe even go for a web on the Titan if we get the opportunity. And big blast there for some nice damage. Okay, so again, we successfully sucked up all of his movement. Now we can just flank him a whole bunch of times with some ranged attacks, which I think is going to do the trick here. Very nice, yeah. With just the big combo of ranged attacks, we'll be fine. So I just want to make sure I've used up all my healing. Yeah, and I already have. So yeah, let's try and get Retromoria, maybe a little bit more experience here. Throw a spear and try to immobilize, no such luck. A little bit of damage here. And do we want to get the kill with someone in particular? Maybe the Spider Queen can move in and get the kill. Perfect. Nice level up for our Spider Queen. Alright, we have to be a little careful with that, but I'm glad we were able to do it. Got some experience, and nobody died, of course. Now, again, this assassin is kind of being hung out to dry, but that's alright. If we do lose the assassin, it's not really the end of the world. And then how well defended is the city? I'm not exactly sure, but we'll leave these units where they are. They can sort of guard each other. You know, I might even try venturing down here with Awanes to see if I can maybe grab one of these cities here. Let's just take a quick peek. Ooh, and it's very well defended. Okay, so that's not going to probably be a possibility for us. Unfortunately. At least not with our current strength. We did get a level up, of course, with Retromoria, so let's do that. Ooh, Forge Aprons to give us fire protection. That would be pretty good. Lightning Rod banner with shock protection. I think that might even be better than the fire protection, honestly. It's kind of a tough call. I think maybe we'll go... Ooh, and we do have Pest Control Squad as well. Animal, Fae, and Monster Slayer. I think, yeah, you know what? I think we'll go Lightning Rod banner. There we go. And then we can do Forge Aprons on the next level up, perhaps. Alright, so that went pretty well. Don't know if there's really much else I wanted to do this turn. Well, this cannon here can still move. I think we'll send him over to join with what we got going on this little side here. In terms of spell casting, probably another spy drone, but I think we could man a fuel cell, maybe a city or two. Yeah, we could do it up here, actually. That wouldn't be so bad. Let's do that. Bit of a boost there. 150 now. Is that enough? We still can't do Griffin Riders in a single turn, but that does help, so that is good. Let's see. Yeah, and I think now we'll just do a spy drone. And we want to get as much as we can see. So let's do our production. Ripura, I think we will just do merchandise for now. Bitter Cress, same story. But we now also have a cannon that we're going to start sending north here. Get him to the front lines of battle as soon as we can. Brim. Would be nice to have at least one little unit just to guard. Perhaps... Well, you know what? I don't think that's that important, frankly. I don't think there's much spawning in this vicinity, so I think we'll be okay. Asyut, same story. We'll just merchandise it up. Beb Jun. Rare turn that we don't have Beb Jun pumping out something. And send the Flame Tank. You know, we actually maybe should send a few units into the Shadow Realm here to kind of assist with what's going on. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's do that. We'll turn this Flame Tank and send them that way. Same with this cannon. We'll have them go in just to kind of provide some assistance. And then Fahas. Merchandise as well. This spy drone can do some spying. Let's go this way, and we'll do some scouting in that direction. Another one over here. We can scout right on through. Right, there we go. Now we've got a kind of a full path to get to that Shadow Gate, if we still want to do that with Welby. This little guy can do a bit more exploring as well. Okay, now this ferry we had, again, kind of doing the same thing up here. And this little guy was just digging to grab some extra income. There we go. Okay, I think that's more or less going to do it for our turn, so we will end it there. All right, now let's see if Galendil, Gwandria, and Zorn start mounting kind of a response to what effectively is my encroaching army here. Not to mention, we've got the same kind of situation happening in the Shadow Realm as well with our encroaching forces here. Wouldn't be surprised if Gwandria tries to take out my little lone assassin. Or not. I suspect she's probably rallying troops to the city, though, just to try to defend it. Oh, and look at this. Just coming to take the city that I took from her. I guess I should have maybe seen that one coming. We're going to be playing sort of tug-of-war for some of these cities, I think, because I don't really have a ton of forces to kind of occupy each city as I take it. But you know what? If I can knife kind of into her territory and start, you know, going after her throne city, that's going to be what is obviously going to finish her off. So that's probably what I'm going to try my best to do. I suppose I could even ignore some of these cities and just keep moving past them. Yeah, this one's an Archon dwelling. Yeah, and look at this. And of course, it's saying probable defeat. And you know what? I kind of agree. But we have spellcasting, which can probably bail us out of this one. Okay, so let's get our ranged units up on the wall here. Storm Priest, we can at least lightning spread it up. And yeah, really the only thing that our cannon is going to be able to hit, unfortunately, is the... Again, these Spirit Elementals really not going to be taking a ton of damage from that, but we'll at least start working on it because every little bit's going to help in this battle. Spy Drone can, I think, probably hang back as well. Our Lightning Sprites are going to have to come into play. Now, in terms of spell casting, what would be most beneficial? Fireball, perhaps? No. Oh, here. Yeah, that would be good on the Air Elemental. Yeah, that might give us a fighting chance. Let's see, what else could we use? Of course, we could use Arachnid Horde. I think that's a little bit overkill in this battle, to be perfectly frank. Oh, you know, we could try a Banish. Let's see, what are our odds? Only a 25% chance, but if it fails, it still actually does quite a lot of damage, as you can see there, to the Spirit Elementals here. One thing, of course, is that the Spirit Elementals can heal. I think they have... Oh, they have Bestow Iron Heart, that's right. So... we could try to Banish. Unfortunately, that's 40. That's pretty expensive. Whereas the Fireball, I think, is only 20. So, one Banish, or... I think we'll use Fireball. We'll just do that every turn. Okay, using the Iron Heart. Alright, so our cannon can reload. And now we can start doing some damage here. This Spirit Elemental. Boy, this is not ideal for me, though, I will say that much. We'll send our Lightning Sprite on down. We'll even suck up some of the movement of the Spirit Elemental there. We'll do the same thing. There we go. Okay, so now let's just blast them with some damage. Okay, not that it's really gonna... Jeez, I don't know if just some fireballs is gonna be enough to help me win this one. Maybe I could use the Arachnid Horde. Our Night Guard here can just hang out. And our Spy Drone. We can always use the Spy Drone as a sacrifice when needed. Let's see the Banish odds again. It's 25, only 15. 40% chance back here. Resisted. Dang it. I was really hoping that would work. Oh, I forgot about that. Dang it. I forgot about phase. Well, this isn't good. Thankfully, when the Spy Drone explodes, it's going to do fire damage, so maybe we can do a bit of that. Yeah, unfortunately, our Arcane Archer's pretty much hooped. Okay, you know what? Let's... This is kind of a tough situation for me here. So, what I would actually like to have happen is I want my Spy Drone to be killed. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Turn him. And then this. Oh, and it didn't... Dang it, I forgot that that's not going to get the kill. Okay, well... Oh, I can still do my ranged attack with the Arcane Archer at least, so that's not so bad. I guess we'll hit this one because it's going to potentially do a little bit more damage. There we go. Now, our Storm Priests here probably Lightning Sprites, I think, with that one. Meanwhile, our Night Guard can step over here to protect. And then our Cannon would be ideal to do some work. You know what? We'll even go like this. Oh, and I forgot that when it's next to that, it can't do anything. Dang it. That was silly of me. Boy, I'm making mistakes in this battle, that's for sure. You know what? Let's try for maybe another Banish here if we can. Come on, baby. Dang it. Yeah, we're eating up our casting points here. Again, I maybe haven't made the best decisions. Okay, thankfully they went after the little guys. Oh, no. Okay, so it went after the cannon, which isn't so bad. That's going to hurt my cannon, but it's going to do a lot of damage to the air elemental, which is what we needed. And then I think we can fireball it to death. We'll be very, very close. Nice. Okay, we got the kill. So now we just have to focus on... Why can't we use our abilities? What happened? Oh, we're dazed. Dang it. That's no good. So now we just have to focus on the spirit elementals, who are going to give us quite an issue here, I think. So now let's... Jeez, I don't know if we can win this one, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so used up some of its attacks there. That's good. Move our cannon up here and do a little bit more damage to this one. And then we can flank here. It might be actually more beneficial to do a lightning sprite rather than... Yeah, let's do the lightning sprite rather than attack. I think that's probably a better choice. We just got to whittle down some health, basically. Again, I think we're kind of screwed here, but... Oh, that's not good. Damage there. Yeah, we really don't do much with these Night Guards, so that's not going to be a good choice. Let's reload our lightning cannon, and we will summon another lightning sprite here. I do have a fireball left, which isn't going to do much to them since they have protection from it. Flashbang? That's not going to be useful either. Oh boy. This isn't good. So we can lightning cannon... Getting a nice flank in there wouldn't be so bad. We still got this one to deal with, which isn't good. But we could get a big flank shot here. There we go. That was pretty decent damage. Okay, and then can we do this? Yes. Fortunately, not the kill. We can get the kill this way, however. Okay, there we go. Now this one's going to kill my pikeman, I'm assuming. Yeah, there it is. Not quite killed, but in rough shape. Throw on our lightning sprite right there. Actually get one flank shot. No retaliation. Unfortunately, we are dazed, so we cannot really do anything with this unit anymore. We'll reload our lightning cannon. And... I don't think this is worth using just yet. We'll save it. Yeah, that was a smart move on its part. Jeez, yeah, I don't know if we can do this anymore. We had a shot, but now I think it's... I just don't think we do enough damage, unfortunately. Here we go, and then... I think we'll just leave the lightning sprite as it is. Retreat back. We might as well go for broke here and do as much as we can. Now the question is it better to let... I think it's better to let it attack me. Yeah, there we go. That at least used up one of its turns. We'll reload the lightning cannon. We'll just keep running, basically. Yikes, that's not good. Okay, we can keep running a little bit further, though. This. Oh, dang it. And that put me... That might have just... I think that might have just screwed me. I went outside of its effective range. That's not good. I think that might have just sealed my fate. You know, as always, right? You try, and sometimes you make mistakes, and that ends up costing you. You have to be really careful when you're working at the end of an effective range like that. I think we can move one more time. There. Oh, dang it. The line of sight penalty. Yeah, I just... Oh, man, that sucks so bad. I'm just making so many preventable mistakes here, and this is really frustrating. There goes my little guy. Alright, can we get up on the wall and blast him? No. But like this. Nope, that's no good. Okay, well. Come at me and kill me then, unfortunately. I don't think there's much else at this point. That's not good. Reload. He's gonna just wail on me now. Okay. Now, thankfully, we can retreat back and still shoot. You know, I might have been able to do this if I had done this differently, but we'll see here. Ugh, I think that might have been it. Come on, reload. Will I survive this? I don't think so. Oh, I will! Oh, I got so lucky. By the skin of my teeth, I had to use all my casting points because I made a lot of mistakes. But I got it done. Oh, boy. Well, hey, we hung on to Ripura, barely. Okay, and we're coming under attack here from some independent units, so oh, it's from this city. So let's do this one manually. We can use our Shrines of Smiting here in battle. I think this is, yeah, this is the first time in a long time I've used Shrines of Smiting, so not super familiar with how they function, but I'm sure I can figure it out. I think we'll have Awaness hang back like this. She can buff herself here, and then we can kind of just let them come to us here, more or less. Okay, so we'll probably pull back and then hit him with the prayer bolts here. So let's see now. There are range penalties if we're too far away. Go. Oh, you know what we can do is Divine Vengeance. Ooh, that does a lot of damage. That's pretty solid. Of course, we have to be really careful because if we use it, it's going to hurt us too. Can we? Yeah, there we go. Let's do it. Very, very nice. And then Awaness can do... Can we throw an Instant Wrath on one of our shrines? We can. Let's do that. Oh, and of course they go for the one that doesn't have it. As to be kind of expected, I suppose. Alright, so now... Oh yeah, let's hit him with this. That's good damage. Perfect. And then Awaness could probably move in and get the kill. Of course, this one can still do this attack. You know what? Let's just do that. There we go. And then Awaness can charge in and fight the succubus. kind of 1v1 here and hopefully get the kill. Perfect. We took a little bit of damage, but nothing we couldn't handle. Okay, we got a proposal from Rheinfellas. They would like to have open borders and make peace with us. They have some shrines of smiting up here. Again, eventually I'd like to just go in and conquer them, but since they've got the shrine there, I think I will accept that peace treaty, actually. I can start working with them to become my vassal, basically. That way I don't have to worry about sending a force up that direction. So now that means that this city is less well defended. So we can probably get a unit or two down here to buff up Awanes, and then we can, like this guy, for example, we can send down. Now, I can't remember if these neutral units will attack my cities or not. I don't think they do, but again, I can't remember. We have a level up here for Welby. What I suppose we could do, throw net here. That might not be so bad. Then we have an immobilization thing to go along with greater webbing touch. I think that at this point, that's probably our best choice. All right, so yeah, with Welby, let's go explore this Wizard Tower ruin here. Okay, we've got 2 Eldritch Horrors, which scare me because my machines are not... They are not as good against shock. They only have 20% shock protection. So that's a little bit intimidating. Yeah. They're fearsome. Shock breath is going to be gross. They don't have any physical protection, though, so that's good. But yeah, I don't know if I feel super good about this. Just don't think it's worth. Again, I could probably do it, but I don't want to risk it. At this point, I just don't think it's worth it. So let's just keep on trucking with Welby. Move over here and kind of figure out where we can move from there on. Our knight here, I think, would probably be best served by just heading up to try to join the fight. Meanwhile, our builder can move on over. There we go. We did get a level up here with Leo. And let's see, what would maybe be a good choice for him? So we've got some decent options. Fleet Command, really, I don't think is going to be much use for us. So perhaps let's go Tireless instead. We already have Toughness with this stack. Yeah, we do. So let's go Tireless. That'll go along with his martial arts, I think, that he has, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that works out pretty well. We had a domain invasion at Decry, which, of course, is the inevitable what's probably going to conquer the city. We had a couple of items arrive, so we had the throw net item arrive for Leo. That's good. Ooh, we had a spear here arrive. That's a very good weapon. We're going to give this to Retromoria there. So now she's got inflict severely poisoned and then +1 melee physical damage and +1 melee blight damage. We can sell off the longsword there. And then what else has arrived? Ooh, the mount, of course, and she's using it, so that's great. Now she has a Dread Spider mount, which is going to help her out, I think. Had a lot of joint offers here, which I think we're going to more or less ignore. And that's kind of going to do it for our what's going on there. All right, so let's jump back to the surface and maybe start there first. So want Pimpton to probably get out of the water because he's probably at his most vulnerable when he's in the water. So we'll get him up and out there. Have these machines follow him. And then these machines can embark in the water as well. This little stack can move along here. So we'll just kind of have them continue along with as well. And let's do a little bit of scouting here. First, we'll check in the Shadow Realm. Ooh, and look, there's Zorn. Whoa, Zorn has Doom stacks almost now of Manticore Riders. That's going to be quite the tough thing to deal with. Now, the question is this I wonder if this is her throne city, potentially. Quandria's throne. Let's see if we can take a couple of peeks and see. I'm going to guess probably not. Let's zoom out. Sometimes I'll show you on the map there. Yeah, I don't think this is her throne. Do one more step. No, okay, this is just a city of hers, but we know that it's there. So let's go back through Shadowgate. We have to be careful because we know that there's a doom stack basically sitting on the other side of this gate, which is not ideal for us. We're gonna need heavy firepower up north, so let's make sure we keep bringing everything we've got. Good thing is a bunch of Manticore Riders won't last long against a bunch of cannons, hopefully. Just blast them kind of out of the sky. And we're gonna have Juggernauts relatively soon. Gain one more turn and we'll have that industrial plant done, and then it's Juggernaut time. That's going to be very, very nice for us. Those berries with our cannon and have him just keep moving. Boy, I'm really excited to see those Juggernauts in action. Again, since I have pretty limited experience as a Dreadnought, I haven't really gotten to play around with them much, so really looking forward to it. Okay, so this city is still at war with us. Ooh, and they have a hero. And there's another hero over here, a warlord. Okay, well, maybe we go north and Warmaster here. Get our butt in there to take the city. We can try and grab one of these heroes. So we've got ourselves a sorcerer. We've got a warlord, and over here we've got another warlord. So we could try and seduce one of them, perhaps. We can send Holly up just to provide some assistance as well. And then as we clear this out, we can just keep moving to the west as we go. So yeah, let's do that. We'll send Warmaster basically just straight up the gut like that. And Holly could actually go for this warlord hero, so let's try that out. Don't know if we're going to be able to... Oh yeah, there, we can initiate the battle. Alright, let's try this and see. I think we can convert the hero. I maybe should have looked at the hero's abilities first. Let's actually take a look and make sure I'm not crazy. He's a smelly hero with disgusting stench. Malgus the Vagrant. I guess that makes sense. So he's a vagrant. He's not the cleanest fellow. Alright, so we want to deal with these units. So let's first of all try and curse the hero. So just throw that there. Okay, no such luck. Throw on a war cry and break the Griffin Rider's guard. That should allow us then a good chance here to do some big damage. Very nice. Then we'll just reinforce our hero, make sure that our hero's in good shape. Go. I'm hoping the hero doesn't engage me in melee and get killed, but there we go. That's fine. Okay, so now let's see. I think we can try. Yeah, we got a 45% chance to try for a conversion. Don't think we really have anything that's going to improve that aside from maybe getting a curse. So let's just try it. Alright, no such luck. Always worth giving it a try. Let's bring our shock trooper in to turn him around. Our ogre can get the finish. Perfect. I didn't really want the smelly hero anyway. That's a bit of sour grapes there. I would have taken him, obviously, but... Ooh, okay, we got some items here. Let's look around, especially maybe at Awaness. She could probably use some of these, since she's kind of new, doesn't really have much. So she has torso gear and really nothing else. So let's see what we've got here. So we can send her the beggar shoes. She could use the shield. Oh, but she has the bard. She has the bard item already, so she doesn't really need a shield item. She could use the melee weapon though, so we can send her the little dagger. Yeah, not the greatest melee weapon, but hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. The crossbow, I think she might already be getting a crossbow. Let's just double check that. Yeah, she's already getting one, so now let's see the other heroes around here. What does Holly have for... yeah, you know what? Holly could use the crossbow, so we'll just give it to her. That can go to her. Now, the beggar's shoes... I think with Holly... Yeah, we already have some pretty good footwear. I mean, now we have the Vow of Poverty, which eventually a Theocrat's going to get access to, so... What about War Master? What's his boots? He just has +1 defense. So you know what? That might actually be better to give him. That would actually save me a decent amount of money. Because, again, a lot of these... The upkeep on a flame tank, for example, is 16 gold. So... Although, you know what? Let's see. I remember one of our heroes was missing footwear, so let's see who else we've got. Retromoria. Well, again, she's not leading nearly as expensive. What she's leading isn't nearly as expensive, I should say. Awaness, like I said, is going to get that. So, you know what? We'll send the boots to Retromoria. Better for her anyway. They're high-heeled boots, and I think War Master appreciates not having to wear them anymore. And then we'll give this to War Master. Meanwhile, the buckler here... again, let's double check our heroes. I think Retromoria has a really, really not very good shield. Oh, and War Master is completely missing a shield at the moment. Although he'll be getting this lightning quiver soon, so... I'm not going to worry about giving it to him. Let's see. If we jump back... I seem to recall... Oh, and Leo is completely missing one, so we'll give it to Leo. Perfect. I'm glad I spent the time sorting that out. Now Leo. Yeah. Again, it's going to take a few turns to get there, but that's okay. Alright, so that is going to do it for our movement up there, and I think this might be a decent place to end the episode. We got a fair bit accomplished. We're kind of gradually spreading out now. We're going to move west, kind of along this northern portion of the map, and really start bringing the fight to our opponents. But again, we do have to be very, very careful, because my gut instinct here is that Zorn is going to have these Doom stacks, which we already saw a little bit of with our scouting in the Shadow Realm there. So we have to be very, very careful, and we have to bring as many units as we can to the party so that we are prepared for what he's got coming our way. Let's zoom out and take a look. And we'll do a quick look here at Underground, which is fairly uneventful. And then in the Shadow Realm, again, we have eyes on a few cities here. And of course, Decry is probably about to fall, which is kind of unfortunate. We really need to solidify our position in the Shadow Realm a bit better. We've kind of got a loose grip on certain areas of it, so it would be good to get this sorted out. But in any case, that's going to do it for episode 29, which we will save right now. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.